Don't push the horses.
Don't push what?
Don't push the horses.
I need a translator.
But he's taken some serious shots in there. Oh, what a shot that is! Fury's wobbling. Usyk's caught him. From Usyk. Oh, he's a bit open there, Joshua.
Is Oleksandr Usyk the best fighter of his generation? At first glance, Usyk appears almost fragile, but ironically, he stands 6'3", the exact same height as Muhammad Ali. If Ali could dominate heavyweights at 6 feet 3 inches in his era, what does that tell us about Usyk's true potential? And more importantly, where does the Ukrainian rank among the greatest heavyweights who ever lived? Today, we're putting Usyk's name in the most exclusive conversation in boxing, against Joe Louis, against Rocky Marciano, against every heavyweight legend who defined their generation. The question isn't whether Usyk belongs in this conversation. The question is how high he climbs. For 80 years, two names have owned the top of every heavyweight list, Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis. Ali won the title 3 times across 14 years. Louis defended it 25 times over 12 years. They are boxing's Mount Rushmore. But after those two legends, it's chaos. Holmes defended his title 20 times. Marciano's undefeated record. Foreman becoming champion at 45. Frazier beating an unbeaten Ali. Holyfield facing everyone. Louis defeated almost every heavyweight of note from the mid-1990s to the early 2000s. 8 or 9 fighters have legitimate claims to spots 3 through 10. Each has their signature moment, their defining achievement, their reason to be called great. These are all accomplishments that speak for themselves, and some look even better, given more context. For example, Joe Louis defended his heavyweight title 25 times. That record has stood for over 70 years and will probably never be broken. These legends earn their spots through sheer volume of greatness. So, does Usyk belong with the greats? Here's Usyk's problem. He's only defended the heavyweight title 5 times. 8 total heavyweight fights against 5 different opponents. The math doesn't look impressive next to the legends. But wait, Rocky Marciano retired 49-0 and sits in every top 5 list. His best wins, an aging Joe Louis, Jersey Joe Walcott, and Ezzard Charles, who did his best work as a light heavyweight. Now compare that to Usyk beating Anthony Joshua twice, Tyson Fury twice, and Daniel Dubois in today's heavyweight landscape, not the 1950s. So, if Marciano's perfect record and early retirement make him an all-time great, what happens when someone retires with a better resume at 25-0? There's one fighter who walked Usyk's exact path and is the closest comparison, Evander Holyfield, cruiserweight champion who moved up and conquered heavyweight. But Holyfield had time. He spent over a decade as a heavyweight, racking up fights, defenses, and legendary battles. Usyk, he's 39 with maybe a year left. Here's the brutal math. At today's pace, 1 fight per year, Usyk might not even reach a dozen heavyweight fights before he retires. Holyfield had dozens, but here's what the numbers miss. 5 of Usyk's 7 heavyweight fights were for major belts. 4 were against legitimate champions. Joshua twice, Fury twice, plus top contenders Chisora and Dubois. Holyfield fought more often in a busier era. Usyk fights the absolute best available in a careful modern landscape. So which matters more, fighting everyone or fighting the best? Usyk has now come as close to perfecting his art as possible. He has never lost a professional fight, 24-0. But that number doesn't tell the real story. A mere glance into the trophy cabinet of the decorated champion will find gold medals from the European Championships, World Championships, and Olympic Games, alongside undisputed status as a professional in both the cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions. And if these accolades weren't proof enough, Usyk has achieved them against a variety of fighting styles. Since winning his first world title in 2016, Usyk has bested big concussive punchers in the likes of Murat Gassiev, Anthony Joshua, and Daniel Dubois, rooting the former and stopping the latter 2 twice. He has traveled to the backyards of technicians in Maris Breedis and Michael Hunter, bamboozling them with skill, yet sitting down on his punches when required, reading the perfect fight and knowing when to put his foot on the gas through tricky periods. He has sent Tony Bellew into retirement and wounded Tyson Fury, making him question his future in the sport twice after back-to-back wins in Saudi Arabia. He has snatched 5 unbeaten records in world title fights, going 13-0 in championship bouts, and has done so fighting away from his beloved home nation of Ukraine since 2015. Usyk's round 5 demolition of Daniel Dubois secured him his 3rd career undisputed title in his 2nd weight class and provided more convincing evidence why he should be considered the best heavyweight since Lennox Lewis. The left hook that left Dubois in a crumpled heap in front of 90,000 at Wembley Stadium was a thing of beauty, which fittingly sealed Usyk's 2nd reign as undisputed world heavyweight champion. Usyk also dropped Dubois to the canvas earlier in round 5 with a right hand in an utterly imperious performance from the Ukrainian. As long as Usyk does not lose a potential trilogy fight with Tyson Fury or another title defense, probably against former WBO title holder Joseph Parker, the undisputed heavyweight king will go down in history as the best heavyweight for the past 2 decades. Oleksandr Usyk turns 39 in January. One more fight, maybe 2, and then he's gone forever. Parker, Cabile, Chisora, and even Jake Paul are all begging for that final payday. We might be watching the end of something legendary and we're too scared to admit it. There's this unwritten rule in boxing: never put active fighters next to the all-time greats. As if saying Usyk belongs with Ali means you don't understand history, as if appreciating greatness in real time somehow disrespects the past. It's safer to wait. Safer to let careers end, let fighters age, let nostalgia work its magic. Then, and only then, do we crown legends. But what if we're watching greatness and calling it pretty good? What if we're so afraid of recency bias that we've developed legacy bias instead? When Usyk hangs up his gloves undefeated, undisputed in 2 divisions, having conquered every giant in his path, will we suddenly discover his greatness? Here's the truth: we can't fully judge Usyk until his career is officially done. But right now, he's got a bulletproof case for being a top 15 heavyweight of all time. What's holding him back isn't talent, it's timing. Modern heavyweights fight twice a year. The division lacks depth. Sanctioning bodies control who fights whom. It's impossible to rack up the volume that made legends legendary. Ali fought 3 to 4 times a year in a loaded division. Usyk gets 2 carefully orchestrated events. How do you compare greatness when the game itself has changed? But here's what fighters can control: facing the best available. And Usyk has done that religiously as an amateur Olympic champion, undisputed cruiserweight king, and heavyweight conqueror. At 39, time is running out. Maybe one more fight. Maybe he walks away tomorrow. We're watching heavyweight greatness in real time, but we're too busy debating where he ranks to appreciate what we're seeing. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.